Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do a very quick video where we're just basically going to cover some of the different protocols I'm using because I'm anticipating a potential airdrop. Now these are applications rather than blockchains. I'm sure many of you know about ZK Sync and Mantle and hundreds of other kind of layer ones and layer twos that are coming. We're not going to talk about that today. I'll leave that for another video. Today instead what we're going to talk about are just 4 different applications that I think are probably worth using. You probably get some benefit from using them as well, but I'm basically just making this video for pure speculation reasons. I have no idea if any of these 4 apps which currently don't have a token will have one in the future. Like I said, it remains to be seen, but I think it might be worth speculating, and I'm just going to show you what I'm doing essentially. You don't have to copy me, it's just what I'm doing. I think the first one is Eigen Layer. I think Eigen Layer has got a lot of hype at the moment. I don't think I've really spoken too much about Eigen Layer on the channel before, but essentially Eigen Layer introduces this idea of restaking your already staked Ethereum to help secure other services. Now, if you guys are interested, I may do a deep dive or kind of write some threads about it on Twitter. So stay tuned for that and let me know if you want to in the description, but in the comment section below. But essentially, all you have to do is deposit your ETH, your staked ETH. So unfortunately, it's full at the moment at 45,000 ETH cap, but I'm pretty sure that will increase very soon. So just be on the lookout for this. And yeah, I just deposited some ETH into this. So it remains to be seen kind of what will happen. I'm just doing this for purely for speculation reasons, but also I really do like the idea of restaking, and I'm really excited to see kind of where Eigenlayer goes in the future. So that's just one for you to know about. The next one is on Arbitrum. This is called Dolomite, and Dolomite's got quite a few things. It's essentially a money market, but also a trading platform that enables you to trade with leverage as well. So I'm not going to talk too much about kind of what this all offers. I think one thing that I really like about Dolomite, it's got this kind of layered system where you have to actually deposit your assets into this Dolomite ecosystem, which like you can see here, deposit your assets here, and you can deposit any of these assets here. I think the main thing that I really like about Dolomite is that they've worked really close with other protocols, like for example Pendle, and Plutus, for example, and Jones DAO as well. So I really like that, and introducing assets like the principal token from GLP is really exciting, and I'll really like to see kind of more protocols building on this fixed rate yield kind of product, which I think is awesome. If you guys are new, you haven't really heard of Pendle or what principal tokens or yield tokens are, then definitely watch my deep dive on it. It's one of the more recent videos before this one, so watch that one and you'll really get a good grasp of kind of what this means, and also why it's so exciting. So this is pretty cool, and the great thing is you can kind of borrow against that if you wanted to. So yeah, just a really nice app. Again, I'm not going to go into too much detail here. It's quite self-explanatory really when you use the app. They've got a nice interface, everything works pretty well, and I really like the idea of introducing some of these new assets that we've got in DeFi now, like these principal tokens for GLP here. So that's really cool. Of course, you can trade on here as well if you wanted to. I think it's just USDC and ETH at the moment, but yeah, if you wanted to do that, you can. I did actually notice on the docs they've got this community, experience kind of thing, so you can get XP for doing lots of different tasks. And I think they've partnered up with Galaxy, which we know that they are pretty big in the airdrop scene. So I don't know if Dolomite will have a token or not. I'd like to think they will, and perhaps kind of getting some of these tasks done will help you with that. So yeah, it remains to be seen. But either way, I think you could possibly just try Dolomite out a little bit as well. But again, do your own research on it. Obviously, none of this is financial advice. It's just my own personal speculation. I think the Lens ecosystem is growing really well. Lens is a Web3 decentralized social media platform, and has a variety of applications within it. Lens Stir being the Lens version of Twitter, and I think if it's going to be decentralized, it's going to have a token. The creator of Lens is Stani, who's also the creator of Aave, which is probably one of the largest apps in crypto today. So these guys are builders, and these guys have built a pretty good ecosystem already. If you guys want, I will make a deeper video going into Lens and the entire ecosystem, but essentially what I'm doing is using Lens, and I'm using things like LensTube as well, where I'm basically just posting some of my content there as well, ultimately just for the reason of kind of not only just trying out a new social media, which is pretty cool, but also because I wonder if there will be a token in future. And the last one that we're going to talk about is one that I haven't actually used yet. I mean, I've tried it out, but I haven't actually kind of done much on here. But it's Ambient Finance, which came from an exchange called CrocSwap, which was pretty big or talked about a lot. Anyway, this is on Ethereum, and essentially they have a really efficient AMM, and so you can get some really good swaps on here with very minimal slippage. So yeah, one to just look at, very capital efficient. Now you can read the docs to learn more about it, so I'm not going to mention too much about it, but yeah, it's fairly new, low TVL, but what really interesting to see. So that's pretty much the 4 applications that I'm using quite regularly, or going to use quite regularly at the moment, just for speculation reasons for potential airdrop, because none of them have a token. It remains to be seen which ones will. Of course, there are lots of other blockchains that I'm trying to airdrop farm potentially on as well. If you want, I can make videos about that as well, but that's basically just what I wanted to show you today, just a few different protocols. Go and check them out, and I'll leave a link to them in the description below. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll be back with plenty more content in the near future.